Hello children, today we are going to discuss on a topic that is rationalization factor of irrational number. Okay, this topic you can get in class 9 chapter 1. So how to make an irrational number to a rational number. Okay, so that is called as rationalization process. So in rationalization process, this term rationalizing factor, okay, it is used. So once again, welcome to Simplified Mathematics for this today's topic. Okay, let us start. So students, what is the meaning of rationalizing factor? Rationalizing factor means what? Say suppose one irrational number is given to you. One irrational number is given to you, and this irrational number you multiply by something so that it convert to a rational number. It convert to a rational number. Okay, this irrational number you multiply by something so that this number convert to a rational number. So whatever the number you multiply with the irrational number, whatever the number you multiply with the irrational number, that number is called as its rationalizing factor. Okay, here whatever we are going to multiply in this place, that is called as its rationalizing factor. Okay, so let us discuss on this topic now. So if you see my video on irrational number, here in that video I give some examples. So square root of every prime number is irrational. Okay, square root of every prime number is irrational. That's why root over 2, root over 3, these are irrational number. Now what we need to multiply root over 2 or what we need to multiply root over 3 so that it becomes a rational number. So this will be its rationalizing factor. So all of you know that with root over a, again if I multiply root over a, then it becomes a. Okay, so a is a rational number. Square root of a may be rational, may be irrational, or whatever, but when you multiply root over a into root over a, you will get a which is always rational. So following that, with root 2, what we need to multiply? Again we have to multiply root over 2, so it becomes 2 which is a rational number. Similarly with root 3, again you have to multiply root 3 to make it equal to 3 which is a rational number. So from these two examples, what we come to know that if I am asked to write that what is a rationalizing factor, what is rationalizing factor of root over 2, okay, if we are asked to write this one, what will be my answer? My answer is root over 2. Or rationalizing factor of root over 3, what will be the answer? Answer is root over 3. Okay, because with root over 2, when you multiply root over 2, answer is 2 which is rational. With root over 3, when you multiply root over 3, answer is 3 which is rational. So that's why what we can say that rationalizing factor of suppose this one, under root a prime number is there, under root a prime number is there, rationalizing factor of square root of prime number is what? Is square root of the same prime number, square root of same prime number. Okay, square root of same prime number. Rationalization factor of square root of 2 is square root of 2. 2 is a prime number. Square root of 3 is square root of 3. So rationalizing factor of square root of any prime number is equal to square root of the same prime number. Okay, now if our number is not prime, then also it may be irrational. Suppose under root over sign whichever the number is there, if it is not prime, then also it may be irrational. So let us take some examples of that type now. So see, suppose square root of a number is there which is not or non-perfect. A non-perfect composite number is there. Non-perfect composite number but which is not perfect, and you are asked to find out the square root. You know that this is always irrational. So in that case, what will be the rationalization factor or rationalizing factor. Let me take an example for this purpose. Okay, say my example is, suppose say under root 48. Under root 48. As you know that 48 is not a perfect square. So square root of 48 is irrational. Now what I need to multiply with square root of 48 to make it rational number? That means my question is, what I need to multiply here so that it becomes a rational number. Okay, then you see, in that case, first of all we have to do prime factorization of 48. If I do prime factorization of 48, all of you know the process. Let me again recall it. This is the prime factorization of 48. So when I try to find out the square root of 48, when I try to find out the square root of 48 by prime factorization method, then what will happen, you see, I think all of you know we have to write like that. Then for a pair of similar factor, that means if suppose there are two factors of same type, equal two factors are there, we can write one factor outside the square root symbol. So for this pair of 2, 1 2 will come out. Similarly for this pair of 2, again 1 2 will come out. Okay, they will come out from the square root sign. But as 3 cannot form the pair, so it will remain inside this. That means square root of 48 is equal to 2 into 2 into root 3 or 4 root 3. Okay, so it is not a perfect square. That's why you have not got a rational number as its square root. So this root 3 is there. Now how can you make it rational? So you see, here 2 can form a pair, this 2 also can form a pair, this 3 cannot form a pair. That's why it becomes, sorry, it remains inside the square root symbol. If these 3 can form a pair, then it also can come out from the square root sign, and then it will be a rational number. So what I have to multiply? I have to multiply here 3, because if I multiply 3 here, then what will happen? For these two pair, 1 3 will come out. Okay, then it will be 2 into 2 into 3. Okay, and this square root sign will not be there, so it will be a perfect square. But because of this 3 is not there, so 3 alone cannot form a pair. It remains inside the square root, and so as a result root 48 is irrational. So now I think all of you get the answer of this. So what I have to multiply here? That means what I have to multiply to form a pair of similar factor? I have to multiply 3. That 3 where I have to multiply? Under root over sign. Okay, so that means what I have to multiply? 3, which is under root over sign. So with root over 48, what I have to multiply to make it a rational number? Square root of 3. So this square root of 3, is what? Square root of 3 is rationalizing factor. Square root of 3 is rationalizing factor of root 48. Okay, so once again, when it is square root of a non-perfect composite number, then it is always irrational. Let us take an example. Square root of 48. 48 is a composite number, but it is not perfect square, so it is irrational. Now what I have to multiply to make it rational? So how to find this? So for that I find the prime factorization of 48 and try to find out the square root of 48 by prime factorization method. Then what I have seen here, as all of you know the method, that for a pair of equal factor, one factor you can write outside the square root sign. So for this pair of 2, 1 2 we can write outside the square root sign. For this pair of 2, 1 2 we can write outside the square root sign, but 3 is inside the square root sign. It will remain inside. Why? Because 3 cannot form a pair. As 3 is inside the square root sign, so it is not a perfect square, and as a result it is irrational. Now to make rational, what you have to do? You have to multiply by another 3 so that they can now form a pair. Okay, if I multiply by another 3, then what will happen? It will form a pair, and so it can come out from the square root sign, and then it becomes a rational number. So with root 48 I have to multiply 3, but that 3 is inside the root over sign, so square root of 3 I have to multiply. This square root of 3 is what? It is the rationalizing factor of root 48. Okay, so it is for composite number. Let me take another example. Say our another example is, say 98, square root of 98. 98, if you do the prime factorization method, it will be 7, 7 and 2. Okay, then which number cannot form pair, that you find it out. So this number cannot form pair. Okay, so that every factor form a pair, okay, what you have to multiply here? You have to multiply 1 more 2. So what is the rationalizing factor of 98? Root over 98. That means what? I have to multiply here, so that every equal factor can form pair. I have to multiply 1 more 2 under root over sign. That means root over 2 is rationalizing factor of root over 98. I think up to this is clear for all of you. Now let us go to the next type of irrational number. Okay, students, all of you know that when a rational number and an irrational number are added or subtracted, that means addition of rational and irrational or subtraction of rational and irrational, okay, it is always irrational. So this 4 plus root 3 is an irrational number, root 7 minus 2 is an irrational number, 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2. Okay, if you come to the third example, 2 into root over 3, 2 is rational, root 3 is irrational, their product again irrational, 3 and root 2 similarly it is also irrational, so their sum is again irrational. So if your irrational numbers are of this type, how to find out their rationalizing factor? So here whatever the examples of irrational number I have taken, every number actually has two terms. Okay, two terms. So this plus sign or minus sign is there, means it is the wall between two terms, you can say. So this wall is there, means on left side and right side there are two terms. There are two terms. Here also there are two terms. So these are irrational number having two terms connected by plus or minus sign. So to find out their rationalizing factor, we have to recall one identity from algebra. That identity is when a plus b and a minus b is multiplied, then answer is a square minus b square. Okay, answer is a square minus b square. This identity you have to remember. Okay, now if your number is 4 plus root 3, then you take the first term as a, second term as b. That means it is of the form a plus b. So with a plus b, what I have to multiply to get a square minus b square? I have to multiply a minus b. I have to multiply a minus b. Okay, then what is a minus b? If a is 4, b is root 3, then a plus b is 4 root 3, then a minus b will be 4 minus root 3. Okay, now what will happen if I multiply 4 plus root 3 with 4 minus root 3? If I multiply 4 plus root 3 with 4 minus root 3. So if I follow this identity, 4 plus root 3 is a plus b and 4 minus root 3 is a minus b. So your answer is a square minus b square. A square minus b square. A is 4, b is root 3, so 4 square and root 3 square. So whenever you square, okay, so something is under root over sign, when you square it, then what will happen? This root over sign removes, and as the root over sign removes, it becomes rational. So when I square 4, it is already a rational number, not a problem, but when I square root 3, it becomes 3. Root 3 was irrational, but 3 is rational, and 16 minus 3 is 13, which is a rational number. Similarly, if minus sign is there between them, then suppose it is a, it is b, then it is a minus b. So what I have to multiply with a minus b to get a square minus b square? I have to multiply by a plus b. So what will be a plus b in this case? Root 7 plus 2. Okay, root 7 plus 2. So what will happen when this root 7 minus 2, your given irrational number, is multiplied by root 7 plus 2? Okay, again by following this identity, it becomes square of root 7 minus square of 2, that is 7 minus 4, which is 3. Okay, our problem was with root 7, but when I square it, it becomes a rational number. The other number was already rational, so not a problem. Then same thing, if I go to this example, in this example also there are two terms. So this term I can take it as A, and this term I can take it as B. That means it is in the form A plus B. So what I have to multiply to get A square minus B square with this, I have to multiply A minus B. So in this example, what is A minus B? It is 2 root 3 minus 3 root 2. Okay, that means you see here, just I change the sign of the second term. If it is plus, then I write here minus. If it is minus, I write plus. If it is plus, again I write minus. Now with your given number, which was 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2, now if I multiply, which was like A plus B, now if I multiply 2 root 3 minus 3 root 2, which is like A minus B, now I can apply this identity A square minus B square. When I apply the identity A square minus B square, then what will happen here? Square of 2, all of you know, 4. Square of root 3 is 3. Square of 3, 9. Square of root 2 is 2. So it is 12 minus 18. It may be positive, negative, whatever. It is a rational number. So that means from these three examples, if someone asks you to find out the rationalizing factor of this type of irrational number, then simple thing is that if the sign between them is plus, you change it to minus, or if the sign between them is minus, you change it to plus. Okay, plus becomes minus, minus become plus. Numbers will remain same, just you change the sign of the second number or sign between the two numbers. That means what we can conclude, let me write here. So ultimately I can conclude like this, that rationalizing factor of 4 plus root 3 is 4 minus root 3 plus minus. Rationalizing factor of root 7 minus 2 is root 7 plus 2. Rationalizing factor of 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2 is 2 root 3 minus 3 root 2. Rationalizing factor of minus 3 plus root 7 is minus 3 minus root 7. Only I have to change the sign of the second term. First term will remain same. So this is the rationalizing factor of irrational number which is of this form. So we have discussed how to find out rationalizing factor of different types of irrational number. Okay, so once you know the rationalizing factor, then you will get questions. Rationalization of denominator of a fraction. That means if the denominator of a fraction is irrational number, then we have to convert it to rational number by multiplying with its rationalizing factor. So if you know the rationalizing factor, then it will be easy to do that. Okay, so I think the concept of rationalizing factor will be clear if you see the full video. Okay, so next we'll make some more videos on the topic of irrational number. Okay, so this much for today. Thank you, and once again please like and share the video. Okay, inspire me to make some more videos. Thank you children. Bye bye.